All right, happy Wednesday, boys and girls. Good morning. I have a new text structure to share with you today. It is cause and effect. Now, we've done this one when we were doing our nonfiction reports on extreme weather. And if you'll remember, it shows by this symbol right here, something causing something else to happen. We did this a lot when we were talking about things like tornadoes, the air pressure causing something else to happen, the tornado to happen. When we talked about things like earthquakes, so the earthquakes, the plates shifted and it caused the earthquake to happen, those types of things, if you remember that. And a lot of times when we were learning about this, we generally had one thing causing one other thing to happen. And that's very typical in our nonfiction books. But today I want to kind of up that a little bit, and I want to talk to you about sometimes you can have a cause, but it can have several different effects. It can cause several other things to happen. So I want to show you that today for you to look out when you're reading in your nonfiction book. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's my storyboard for today. Okay, so here we have cause and effect, and I'm going to be talking to you about eating too much candy. Because right after Easter time, there's a lot of candy in the house. And I'm noticing in my house, especially right now, there's a lot of candy in our house. So I want to talk to you about eating too much candy. And that's going to be the cause that I'm using. So here's some candy. Eating too much candy. There's one cause, but notice that there's three effects. Three things that it can make happen. So let's look at those. The first effect over here is that you might gain weight. Yeah, if you eat too much candy, you might gain some extra weight. The second effect that could happen is that you could get some cavities. Yeah, that sugar can cause cavities in your teeth, especially if you don't give them a good brush after you eat the candy. And the third effect is that you could get a real foggy brain, or like not remember things as well, or get really tired. So that's a third effect. So let's switch that around and look at it backwards. So you might gain weight because you ate too much candy. You might get cavities because you ate too much candy. And you might get tired or get that foggy brain because you ate too much candy. So you see how we can turn those around. All right, let's look at some keywords. Because of, so one thing might happen because of another thing. If you do this thing, another thing might happen. Then one thing happens, then another thing happens. So, due to, since this happened, another thing happens. As a result, so that, and cause. So these are all words that are kind of a telltale sign that if you see those, that you are reading a cause and effect structured text. All right, let's take a look at my story I have for you today about too much candy. All right, here it is. Too much candy. Although it may be tempting, eating too much candy can have a negative impact on your body and how you feel. Munching on too much candy can cause, there's a red word, cavities in your teeth from all the sugar. It is also high in empty calories, which means that the calories provide you no nutrients, just fat and calories from sugar. Take a look at our next red word. Because of, it's actually a phrase. Because of this, you can gain too much unhealthy weight. Here's our next red phrase. As a result of eating too much sugar, you can have a foggy brain, slowing down your memory and making you tired. Yeah, so there's another structure for you to look for. Something causes something else to happen. So generally this is a nonfiction text structure. You'll see this mostly in your nonfiction books. You can sometimes see this in fiction books where somebody causes somebody to do something else. I'm thinking of Fourth Grade Rats with Suds and Joey. Sometimes Joey convinced Suds to do things because Joey did something, Suds did it too. But it's really more of a nonfiction text structure for you to use. So if you're reading any good nonfiction books during this time that we're home, think about this as maybe one of the structures that you're noticing, because all of these structures just help us understand our stories better. All right, have a great day, guys.